Another ethnic group that's going to face discrimination is the Japanese Americans. Japanese, especially on the West Coast, had faced a long history of anti-Asian racism. Not just the Japanese, but also the Chinese and others, going all the way back to the 1850s with the gold rush. In fact, in 1880, there was the Chinese Exclusion Act, which was specifically targeting Asian populations. After Pearl Harbor, there's a fear of Japanese spies and potential attacks, which were largely unfounded, and it was based nothing really on more than racist beliefs towards Asian populations. And Order 9066, an executive order from President Roosevelt, took about 112,000 Japanese Americans. 70% were American citizens. So these are American citizens, not just Japanese immigrants. 112,000 Japanese Americans are going to be sent to what were called war relocation camps. What they really were concentration camps. One of the reasons that the United States is slow to criticize the German concentration camps is because we were doing it as well. So with Executive Order 9066, there is no due process. The Japanese Americans got no trial to prove their loyalty. There was no effort to try to figure out who was an ally and who was an enemy. It was just they were all rounded up and taken to inland desert camps. Interestingly, about 39,000 of those Japanese Japanese Americans would volunteer for the American Army and prove their loyalty by serving. And in a Supreme Court case referred to as Korematsu versus the United States, Fred Korematsu sues all the way up to the Supreme Court, claiming that this was an illegal action by the United States government. And in one of the more embarrassing decisions by the Supreme Court, the internment was upheld as a justifiable war action. How do we know this is mostly based on anti-Asian discrimination? We were also at war with the Germans, and we didn't send any Germans to camps either. Now, in 1983, so 40 years or so later, anybody that had been imprisoned in an internment camp received an official government apology and reparations of about $20,000. But if you think about all of the people that had lost their homes, their property, their businesses, all of that because they were unjustifiably just removed from their lives, I don't think that really held up very well.